on Spaces. Should be a fun night. We got a lot to talk about, I feel like, with this Worlds Collide and every other thing that's going on in the wrestling world. George coming in. There he is. Approve. Oh, there he was. I like it. I'm all about it. Nope. Try to be the same, especially tonight. I'm going to a concert after this, so it should be fun.
Who are you seeing?
Band
Somebody
called,
I'm not going to know, probably.
Probably not. They're called Sunny Day Real Estate.
Nope.
I mean, they're somewhat popular, but I mean, it's a 1,500 person venue that they're selling out. Go to see Nine Inch Nails on Tuesday, so that'll be.
I know that one.
I was gonna say that one. I feel like at least most people know. And happy early birthday to you.
Yeah, I got couple more hours of being in my 50s. Woo! All right.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, while people file in here, we're gonna be a little out of order tonight. We're gonna do a quick review of Worlds Collide, and then we'll open it up for open mic night. I think that was the plan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We can get a clip out of this for tomorrow.
Yeah, and people usually file in slowly anyway. You know, I feel like there's no. Most people remember, but let them file in for it for sure.
You know what was pretty funny about this Worlds Collide thing?
What's that?
Starting at 10 o'clock Eastern. When I went to bed, I had it kind of on, but I was fading, so I just turned it off and looked at the viewers, and it was that 647,000 people were watching it. I'm like, well, okay. 10 o'clock start, I get that. Well, I woke up in the morning to watch it. It was at 1.3 million.
I'm sure.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I was watching it live. I was watching it live, and I was trying to see the point of the other, like which because there's 3 channels it runs on. It's the ESPN, the WWE, and Espanol, and then the actual Lucha channel, the AAA channel. They were all pretty decent. Yeah, I was saying it kept going up, and I know for the main event when I saw it was definitely like it was the peak of it for sure, which is cool because they start. I mean that's what past midnight and Eastern time. I mean, but they do that for boxing. I mean, the boxing match the next night, the main event didn't go on till after that. So,
which I didn't watch either. But.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just not really that into boxing. Like, it's cool. And like, if there was like a group or like a friends kind of thing or a watch, like I've done that before when I've watched it. Like if my friend has pay per view or whatever. But just
remember we talked about the difference. What I was hoping wouldn't happen happened. The Las Vegas crowd wasn't as good as the Mexican crowd, so they got to keep doing those in Mexico, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty good, but
but they weren't.
I think it's got to go back. I think you got to do like 2 in Mexico, 1 in the U.S. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to go somewhere. You know where to go. Southern California, that area.
I mean, Vegas isn't that far though from it.
But there was a noticeable difference. I noticed it when I watched it back Saturday morning. Yeah, like when you watch an event from Mexico.
Oh yeah,
they're hot throughout the whole thing. During the Natty Apache match, they were kind of quiet.
Yeah,
which I understood, but the Mexican crowd would have been playing
more of because they did the U.S. crowd versus the no, it makes sense. You're right because they were definitely like cheering and enjoying this stuff, but there wasn't as much going in, and there wasn't the big popping for like every little silly moment. They're popping for like Mr. Iguana and.
Well, how did it start off? How do we start? Let's get to the beginning and go right through it then.
No, it started off with the 8-man tag match, the Lucha Showcase with La Parca, Octagon Jr., Laredo Kid, and Mascarita Sagrada versus Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wild, Lince Dorado, and the Mini Abismo Negro, which was funny when he was going when he was kind of doing his crazy stuff and going off. I just tweeted, where's Omos when you need him? And I tagged him, didn't think anything of it. Hey, the guy liked my tweet, so that was fun.
Under his government name.
Yeah, the Joshua Agbana Bobab or whatever. Yeah. I think he should be for the way they do AAA, I think he could be a decent, maybe a big star there. No pun intended on his size, but he's
probably sporadically though.
Yeah, they used him right in that other one. Now, was the Battle Royal that he won, was that for a title shot of anything? Do you win anything of that, or was it just like all right. No, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Unless I missed some stipulation that I wasn't paying attention to. But
it actually started off after they did the anthems and stuff. Penta came out and cut a promo, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, it was a good beginning. It was the exact beginning we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. get the crowd up, have fun, you have your great spots. And the match was, it was there's the most like American style, but lucha match it could be. There was a very lucha heavy. They were doing the rope tricks and
that slingshot was awesome.
Ooh, he almost overshot it on that first one.
He did overshoot it. The guy caught him mid-arrow going over his head.
Yeah, and slowed him down enough so that impact. Woo! That was, I knew you could get some distance, but I guess that's one of those, you're up for the
when they showed the replay, of the two guys getting ready to slingshot, they were really pulling back on those ropes. So we got some serious juice.
See, and then when you could see when they did the other one, they kind of did, it was a little lighter. I wonder if that's maybe because, I know the guys have done it in NXT and stuff too, but for the AAA talent, wonder if the ropes are a little different because I know WWE uses like the actual rope.
Everything looks the same. The ring looks so much bigger in AAA though to me because it's a smaller type venue. But
right.
The ring
I was just gonna, perception. Yeah. No, but that was a fun match. And worked it. Heels won. I don't really think it mattered. Wins and losses didn't matter now, and that was just more to have a good show. I really did enjoy it though. And just like we said, it was a perfect way to kick off the show.
The LWO guys are perfect in that environment.
They are, they can, and so is what's the other guys? The, Umberto and his, I forget their name, the Garzas, they used to be. Yeah, no, it's a good showcase for them because they can show all they can do or more of what they can do. And it's not just like, unfortunately, when you see them on SmackDown or Raw, like, oh, they're going to job out with it. Even though they lost in this one, it wasn't like it was just to put somebody else over.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun watching this. This was Saturday morning for me, so I was.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. No, yeah, because for me, it was only it aired at 7:00. It was great. I went right from SmackDown into Worlds Collide. My wife's like, "How much is on tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's back-to-back shows." But the heels won. And it was a lot of fun. I think also too, where like what you said earlier about Natty and it was Fabi Apache. We weren't sure if it was Fabi when we were saying, but Corey Graves made sure to say it. Where it was just a rough spot to be in, like you're gonna, whatever the match was gonna be, it's hard to follow the 8-man Lucha Showcase match, but I do like this version of Natty. I really do.
But they're not using it on the main roster.
I kind of think that's the point because if she's using this on the main roster, she's gonna almost kind of be not unbeatable, but it's hard for her to lose in this gimmick with it, and she's just not as big of a star as who they've got.
What you gotta do is put her on NXT with this gimmick and bring up some.
They have been a little bit, but you're right. They should. That's really what she should do is just focus on that and not worry so much about the main roster. The main roster is stacked these days.
Yeah. This is where I really noticed the crowd. Like they were like, okay, we'll take a break.
Yeah, and that's whether that's because of the match itself or the spot where it was kind of it was quick though. It was like 9 minutes, 12 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good match. Kind of a weird ending, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little, I wasn't sure if that was the way it was supposed to, or if somebody missed. Yeah, it was a little, cause it was funny. I was actually grabbing a drink cause I didn't think they were going home yet. And I came in like, what? Good for YouTube though, because sometimes with the thing,
I was like, okay, well,
sometimes what I was happy was on YouTube though, because sometimes with like Peacock or Netflix is pretty good, but sometimes if you miss something, you want to skip back really quick, it can kind of screw this stuff up. But with YouTube, went back 10 seconds, saw the finish, went forward, and didn't miss anything. So now what's interesting,
modern technology is great.
Yo, it's fantastic. It's great when they use it right, because I feel like some apps like they focus more on like the homepage, and then when you're actually using it, the interface is shitty. But what's cool though is this is a number one contender match for the Reina de Reinas Championship, I believe is what they called it. Yeah, Reina de Reinas Championship, which is held by Lady Flamer. So I'm not sure. I don't think they said. I don't know if they said when that was going to be. I don't know if there's another show coming up or what, but should be interesting. She's a younger wrestler. She's only 25. Obviously, I don't know anything about her, but I'm interested to see that match. I don't know when the next Worlds Collide is, but I would assume soon.
Hopefully, they're different names instead of Worlds Collide every friggin' time.
Well, I think the other one. What was the other one? It was the
Worlds Collide.
No, the last one wasn't Worlds Collide. It was the Star. It was Triple Mania. I think the Worlds Collide is when you're doing specifically every match is going to have somebody from NXT or WWE involved, and I think those are fine, but I think there should be more of like a mix. So whatever their next one should be whatever their next pay-per-view is, and have, obviously have Dom on it, but you don't need to have a WWE contracted talent in every single match. Because the next
they have no plans currently announced for the next one.
Okay. All right. That's it. And I'm wondering if that might have been, let's see how this goes in Vegas. And yeah, now we're probably going to do this next show back in Mexico or, like you said, Southern California. I'm sure there's probably parts of Texas that would be pretty good. I mean, honestly, here in Phoenix, you have there's a pretty good contingent of Hispanic and Lucha fans. And I don't think they would do like the basketball arena, but there's where SmackDown's going to be in October. It's the ASU hockey arena that holds like 6,000 people, something like that.
I think you go to where your bread's already buttered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Those people know everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I don't know who you are, you're coming out to a big pop already. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested.
Yeah. And that's how you get it over on television. Because I would think the idea is that you want to get people, you're going to showcase the talent to the American audience, but do it through YouTube initially first. I feel like is probably the best move, and then breathe into it. And
your perfect case in point was when we all sat there the first time and saw Mr. Iguana, and every single one of us said, "Who the hell is that?" And when he came out, the people were losing their freaking minds, and all of a sudden, everybody watching was like, "Oh, this guy's got a shirt on WWE Shop already." Oh,
right,
this guy, that's how you do it, dude.
That is, you're absolutely right. Because when people go crazy over something, it will get everybody else like, well, what's going on over here? What did I miss? What the hell did I miss? I mean, what was it? I was when Jim Cornette was reviewing the AJ Lee return and was saying how, for the people that maybe didn't know who she was or didn't know much about her, with everybody in Chicago losing their absolute minds, it's like, well, shit, okay, I'm into this now. And then I'm sure that her the Rise of AJ Lee video that was on YouTube probably got a lot of hits in the week after that.
In case you're all wondering out there, if you listen to what Cornette and Last said, and then listen to what Jake and George said.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same thing. But
we were pretty dead on, and both of us had to say, yeah, they're right. And then well, yeah, it's got to be this and that. Yeah, then shout out to Jim and Brian. Hey, if we're gonna emulate anybody, not the worst two to emulate. I'll take that.
We weren't trying to emulate. We're just.
It wasn't. No, I listened to it afterwards because I'm still catching up from when I was on vacation because I didn't listen to shit while I was on vacation. So yeah, I'd heard it. You texted me about it yesterday. I heard it like an hour beforehand. That was funny. The next match was now is Xavier Woods. Is he having like a surgery or something? I've heard he's like legitimately injured. This wasn't storyline.
Don't know for sure. I keep seeing things, but I'm not going to say anything.
Right. I was just going to say until I get a real report from somebody I trust, which unfortunately just isn't much anymore. But it was for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. Pagano and Psycho Clown defeated Kofi Kingston when Grayson Waller filled in instead of.
This was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Honestly, this was the match I was eating dinner during. I will admit that. I was watching, but I was eating.
Psycho Clown taking off his mask or peeling back his mask to have the weird bloody face thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
It's a cool horror gimmick. I wonder, obviously.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so you're good. I say with AAA, I'm sure they kind of make it more, entertainment and fun style, but you could do some really interesting stuff with that if they wanted to.
Yeah. I was happy with everything. And then the lights went out. And I'm like, what is this? And they brought the Wyatt Six in, which I didn't quite understand.
I assume that's.
And then they destroyed the two of them.
Well, I mean, it was the numbers game. I'm assuming that would be to set up the next whatever show you have tag champions versus tag, because the Wyatts still have the tag titles, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they have the WWE ones, but
the SmackDown. Yeah, and Pagano and Psycho Clown have the AAA ones.
Yeah,
so you have a title versus
title.
But
when's the last time you saw a WWE tag team go into a different promotion?
Well, what's the guys? The Garzas, they won. They had the AAA tag team titles until Triple Mania when they lost it to Pagano and Psycho Clown. I like it in the idea of it's like, hey, it gets the people to get some work and gets them out there.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Take up as much time on SmackDown.
sensically, it didn't make any sense to me, I guess. It just
I'll give you
weird.
that. I'll give, and there was a lot of that on YouTube, on X since I was watching it, I was trying to like interact with people and have fun on X, especially after what happened last time with the guy, shout out to, I forget his name now, but who, when I posted about, I didn't know what was going on with the referee and he gave me all the backstory, it got me way more invested in it. So I was having fun interacting with people that know more about it than I do with it, but I feel like a lot of people were kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
That was
odd. It was just
reaction.
odd placement, and I didn't care for the way they destroyed the AAA talent, but I understand. But I didn't like it.
I'm wondering, and now it's going to be one of those, what the hell's the follow up? What are we doing next? Which I'll be interested to see. But.
Yeah, well, you have two choices. I mean, you have the next time AAA does something, you have a tag team match for both titles, and that makes no sense, kind of. or else you have the AAA guys come to WWE and defend. Still, you're going to loot.
Right. Yeah. No, as you're saying it, I'm like, cause usually when you're like, well, it could be this. It's like, oh, I can get behind that. I'm like, yeah. That's my response. I mean, hopefully it'll be something, but I'm not, it's not that interesting.
Cause what you're heading for inadvertently is you're heading for one team with two sets of titles.
Right. Right. Unless you have some way of it being a schmoz finish, but then it's kind of like what? Yeah. No, I'm not really sure what's going on with it. I'm interested to see and hoping that they do come up with something good out of it, but I'm kind of with you. I was surprised by that, and so was everybody. I felt like. Next up was probably the more one of the most fun part of the evening, where you had Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez on the outside. I mean, this was basically Yeska versus Demonito. Let's be real. That's what we were all there for. Yeah, JBL had another great line of it's the reptilian love triangle. JBL, that's probably the best thing they've added in the last two shows from the first one, was just having, and I'm not usually a big fan of the 3-man booth, but JBL works very well in this role especially because Conan's more like reserved and not he doesn't get up around, and Graves does it a bit, but I feel like that's a great place for JBL, and he cracks me up. I enjoy him.
Yeah, Conan was a bit off on this one for me.
Yeah,
seemed like he was tired or something.
He spent an extra day in Vegas and maybe shouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't know. He just seemed like he wasn't. I don't know. I can't explain.
He's always kind of like
wasn't with it. In my mind.
I like him on commentary, especially for giving the background on things. He obviously knows that he's great, but I just feel like he doesn't have a lot of energy on it, which is, that's who he is, and that's fine. But I just feel I fully get what you're saying, and I'm with you on it. But I'll put up with that for him giving me backstory on stuff, because God, it's great. Because I enjoy it. It makes me want to pay more attention.
He was really informative, but just didn't seem like he wanted to really be there that much.
Maybe he was ready to go out. It was but the show was over before 10 p.m. in Vegas, so nothing's even getting started there till midnight.
Pretty sure his going out days have come to an end.
Well, I mean, his
health has been spotty. You know what I mean?
That's true. I just think his co-host is Disco, and doesn't Disco live and work in Vegas? So, but this was fun. I mean, this was you got some fun spots with Demonito and Yeska. I enjoyed it. And this is one of the ones where I felt like you did have to have the baby faces win, because this is going to be gives people energy going into the final parts of the show. And it was just fun. And God, Lola Vice is over, man. She is so over.
And Finn can really work this style very good. I realized he's been around so long, you take him for granted.
Right. You forget that, he literally, by the time he got to WWE, he'd already had an amazing international career. And he really can do anything.
He's fun to watch.
He's kind of like, it's kind of like a utility player in baseball. He plays every position but pitcher and catcher. Like whatever you need him, he can do it.
If you want him to pitch,
he carries 6 gloves with him. Yeah, no, it's great. I enjoyed it, and I thought I thought that was what needed to happen with it. And we'll see where it continues. I feel like Finn's still going to be having his feud with Mr. Iguana, which is only good for Mr. Iguana. Yeah. The next one was one of the ones I was probably looking forward to the most, just because I watch NXT is my favorite thing to watch every week, and this one had and Ethan Page is one of the reasons why. But this one we had El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Defending his AAA Latin America Championship over Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough, who is another one that can work literally any style, right? Like,
dude, he is just something else, man. I was waiting for you to get to this one because I have a big thing on my piece of paper. It says star,
love it,
JD, star JD. It's amazing how good he actually is.
Yeah,
it's quite
oh my goodness. And I feel like anytime you hear anybody review the guy, nobody really has a bad word to say about him, especially with the way he works. He's safe. He's smart. I mean, he's safe with other people. Like, maybe he's not going to hurt anybody. He's going to hurt himself, but like, he's not dropping people on their heads. He's not kicking people in the back of the neck. Like, he does smart stuff in safe places. He gets heat.
His selling is very underrated, Jake. Very underrated.
Was very underrated?
His selling's underrated.
Yeah. Man, selling's just underrated in general in this world, but yes, I agree. And back to we're talking about Finn trained JD and they're best buds. Didn't it make sense? I feel like that's like their thing, is how they're competitive of how good they can make other people look, which is, that's professional wrestling. That's what's missing in a lot of the world today with what we watch, is where it's all about get my shit in and not get the shit over. It's not so much about, it's not always about you, princess.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this, and he's great.
What I did notice, even from the first match to this match, a lot of times when the guys weren't involved, they were hanging outside the ring watching things. I noticed that a lot, but that's a minor complaint.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of the problems with four ways and triple threat match in today's society. You're going to get more of that. Yeah. And it is what it is with it, but I enjoyed the match. Like I said, Ethan Page is he's very, very good at all of this. He's another one who gets heat well. What was up?
He's very smooth, dude.
Yeah, he is. That's a good way to put it. Again, it's things where doing things the right way, hitting people in safe places, not dropping people on their heads, not trying to do the hardest thing you can do, do a couple notches down. It's always that, don't do shit you don't know how to do, baby.
Hey, going back for a minute to the very first match, when did the new La Parka become 6'8"? Jesus. I forgot I wrote that down. When did La Parka play basketball?
Right, he came out of
dude. God.
I know there's other stories that there's multiple La Parkas, but yeah, that's a good point. And also too, you had the mini in that match, and just the look. Yeah, no, you got a point. That's a very valid point. And shout out to the Judgment Day too, by the way, being all over this card. 4 of the 5 of them wrestled, and Raquel was out there with it.
Raquel's found her spot finally.
Yeah,
I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, I agree. She's a great person, a hard worker, and that whole skin condition shit was terrible. You just felt awful for her, and she's gotten through that, and she's found a great role to shine in. And I'm excited to see what they do when Liv comes back, because you got a bunch of different options. It'll all work well no matter what they do. It'll just be interesting to see which trigger they pull.
Maybe you'll remember this. I don't remember. You remember? Oh, now I remember. Raquel's been getting advice from Kevin Nash how to be a big person.
Oh, yes.
So that's been going well, because she's totally different now. She acts like a big person.
Right. Yeah. No, it's, like Nash and Tay work like a big man. She works like a big lady. She really does. And she does well with it. And it's more than just, she's got a lot more than a back and a smile now.
I don't want to see her smile. I don't want to see her smile. I don't want to see her back spread. I want to see her kick someone's ass.
Yeah, no, she's got that good badass look with it. Yeah, and she can really pull it off well. And it's been a good, over a year for her now since she's been back full time and kicking ass with them.
Yeah, you can tell when the advice started kicking in too. You can feel. Yeah,
you really can. Yeah, that's a good point. And good on her for taking the advice and putting it to use. Yep. That's back to when we were talking about, I just put up the clip, like right before we went on here, of us talking about the state of AEW and what they need, and that they need coaching and help and get people to improve. Cause when you watch it and see it happen, it's amazing to see. Speaking of improvement, and another person that's done very well with their coaching, Dominic Mysterio. It was cool to see they had the like backstage segments with him talking with, Ray, and you're going to put the belt on me afterwards. But even then Finn Balor was like, you got to do this by yourself, which he did ish.
Not really,
but it was him. Yeah, no, that's why I said ish. I was kidding. I just love everything. I love the way Dom works. I love everything about the kid. It's just awesome to see.
The whole deadbeat date. The deadbeat dad thing has got me cracking up every time someone says it.
It's so funny. It's just so great because it's Ray too. Like everybody loves Ray to death. Like nobody's got bad things to say.
He's the best guy in the world.
It is, and he was the best dad in the world, and they're loving this at home. Like they know. Like I don't think there's probably a prouder person in the company than Ray of Dominic. It's just got to be especially too because I'm sure he had that point before the turn of like, oh God, my kid's an idiot. Like, not an idiot, but just he's not going to get over. It's not going to work out. It's going to be another Nepo situation. But good on Dom, man. He has done well. And
Triple A is in so much need of a heel champion.
Yeah.
You could tell this El Heel the Vikingo thing just didn't work.
Yeah,
didn't go.
He's not supposed to be a heel and they hate him. And it wasn't just that they hate it. It was a go away heat. It wasn't like you could turn him and it would work out. They needed to get the title off of him, and Dom was the perfect person. And, I made it as a prediction on our show, on the last episode with it, but I really wasn't so much a prediction. I was more of like, I think this is what needs to happen. It just makes sense. And I got, and the bastards, they tricked me. They got me. I got worked when he got the visual pinfall and there was no ref. It was like, oh fuck, no, this is going to be when they don't. And then they still did it anyway. El Grande Americano helps him out. I like how Dom put a mask on. Like that was fun. And then was able to, when he had the, I kind of knew when he put the mask on that was going to be what they did with it, but it was perfect. It worked very well.
Yeah, they screwed it up once or twice too, right?
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. I mean, but I can't even imagine the nerves and just what he was feeling going into it. Not only like singles match, main eventing a major show, whether it's main roster, whatever. It was on YouTube. It was going to be a big show, and winning a company's top title, whether you want to call it a world title, whatever you want to say. Right. Yeah, I would. Like, he's a world champion now. I mean, that's what I've been saying about Trick, because I don't consider the NXT title a world title. That's just the top of NXT. But I do consider the the TNA title to be a world title. So Trick Williams is a world champion, and that's what I look at with Dom. And damn it, it's awesome to see. I'm really happy for him. I popped for it. I was clapping in my house. It's so crazy to think where he was before. Was it the first Clash? Was it the first Clash at the Castle? The first one in Scotland? Yeah, I think it was when he kicked Edge in the balls and turned his life around. Yeah. And from that day to this, and it's also funny with you, and I hate to be this guy, but look at like Hook returned and doing whatever the hell he's doing, and they changed the music because Action Andretti talked crap about AEW, and there was a time when people were comparing them. Who's better? Who's going to be a bigger star?
People get this kind of screwed up. No one ever said that Hook was better.
No, it was just like that was the comparison.
There was just a comparison at the time because they both were popping, both were starting up.
And it made people a lot of sense.
Let's make a comparison between Hook and Dom. And at the time,
it made sense.
At the time, you could lean towards Hook a little bit.
Oh, I definitely did. I definitely did for a good while. I was definitely Team Hook, and it's not the team one way or the other. I understood why they made the comparisons. It made a lot of sense. They were similar size. They were similar age. They're both sons of legends. And Hook seemed a hell of a lot cooler too when Dom had that short haircut and his weird gear that he used to wear.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, it has a bit to do with the talent involved, but really it's the company and the machine behind it. The machine and WWE figured out what to do with Dom, got behind him, and have pushed him perfectly. And Hook's been doing the same shit for 5 years. It's just.
Did you notice Did you notice the mean looks that the Judgment Day were giving Dom when he was hugging El Grande?
Yeah, and they built that slowly, like behind the scenes at Raws and stuff when he's been getting involved with El Grande, and Finn doesn't like it whatever with it because, Finn says that they're a equal group, but he clearly clearly thinks he's the leader and treats people like the leader, which I think it'll all still involve with what happens when Liv comes back. It's funny to think about it, but eventually, like, not even eventually, relatively soon, I think somehow out of all this, Dom's going to be a babyface on the main roster in WWE somehow out of this. It's going to be fantastic.
They're planting those early seasons.
Yeah.
Cause it wasn't just Finn looking awkward at him. It was all four of them.
Right. Yeah, no, it's great. It's a lot of fun how they did it. And I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought it was it was well paced. You know, the matches were fun. Nothing went too long. I don't even think the longest match was the main event, and it was 18 minutes, 22 seconds. You know, they didn't wear out their welcome. They ran through it. And I mean, especially too, knowing that most of your fans watching this are going to have been watching SmackDown before going into this. It was a fun 5 hours. I enjoyed it. I'm so happy that Dom won. I'm excited to see what they do on Raw with him tomorrow. I'm assuming he'll come out with both titles and just be a little shit, and it's going to be great. I'm excited for it. I enjoyed it.
I liked how at the end he made his dad put the title around him.
Yeah.
And they had to bleep out a couple of the F-bombs.
Yeah.
Even on YouTube they did.
Yeah. No, well, it's smart. They know they want to do, it's one of the things people ask, like, why do they censor they're on Netflix? Does it matter? Yeah, but they want to be able to rate it as PG or whatever so they can classify it when people search for it. And, you know, if you're on a Netflix kids account or a YouTube kids account, you can still watch those shows more, you know, because of the bleeping for it. So that makes sense to me. And we all know what they said.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. As usual, these shows are fun.
They're
keeping them pretty well far apart from each other, like once every couple months, which is fine.
Yeah, it's like every 6 to 8 weeks, and that's why I was wondering what the next one will be with it for it. You know, I'm looking at the chronology for AAA or World Collider. Yeah, it's just AAA's next pay-per-view to be determined.
Yeah, I just told you that. I wasn't going to lie.
Well, I'm just saying it's even online. I'm excited to see what it'll be. I'm very interested with the next one. I'm sure it's got to be announced soon. I would be shocked if it's not announced this week during Raw or SmackDown. But we'll see.
And it should be in Mexico as well, I hope.
I would think it would be, or like El Paso or something, like right close to it. But I would bet that they would, especially having this one. I don't think they would do back-to-back ones in the States. You know, like I said, I think the best move is to do 2 in Mexico and 1 in the US until you can get to the point where you can do every other. Because obviously they want to spread it out and make a lot of money with it, but I'm interested to see where it'll go. I very much enjoyed the show. I'm not sure what was the venue was the Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas. So that's fun though. I enjoyed it. I think that's where UNLV plays basketball.
I don't know. Got me hanging.
Yeah, I think so. Cool. Well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about or bring up before we
I'll do that portion. Keep in mind, folks, we did have some kind of an announcement on our last episode, October 5th.
Yes.
On the Spaces will be an early episode. We're going to do something for the overseas folks. And I have a special guest planned for that day. So it'll be around between 12 and 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah. We'll plot that out. And since you've got the guests, see what works best for them too. I'm not, depending on the time difference and what they have with their schedules, I'm happy to work around it. That should be a lot of fun.
It's a work in progress. It always is.
As always, that's what we're doing. We always, always improving, which is why I've never have a problem with constructive criticism. Let people let us know what they like, what they don't like, Speaking of which, thanks everybody for commenting recently. We've seen a lot of comments coming in on the YouTube videos, and I really appreciate that just for the activity with it, the interaction. George and I both try to respond to as many as we can. Sometimes I feel like they're more geared towards you, so I just let you respond with them, but I always make sure to give it the react, the channel love react. I want to, we really do appreciate every single person who interacts and listens to what we do, because we're just kind of shooting from the hip here and having fun. So we really appreciate that there's other people who want to hear what we have to say. I love it.
And if you're kind of wondering where the match of the week has gone, it's just kind of hanging back for a minute.
Yeah, I was on vacation.
The only reason why we're doing this, we have a kind of a big guest planned.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing like a hour and a half to hour 40.
I was going to say
there's when we get there, you'll
more
know
than one match for that. So we've got, and
there's a time period. There's on a match. There's time period.
You know, I went on a 10-day vacation and we still did our spaces and the recorded episode and the run-in about Raja Jackson. I felt we did really damn well for me being not at home. So we're still we're trying to keep the momentum going. And so if there's also, like I said, if there's any matches that people would like us to review or anything they would like us to talk about, please let us know. We're happy to get involved and interact for sure.
I'm getting people like once or twice a month for this show. And then when it doesn't work time-wise, we book them for the other show. So
right.
We got that going, and we're working on something that I started last night. You'll notice that This and Awful have a station called This is Awful.
Yep.
We will have both of them on sometime really soon.
Nice. Yeah. No, I've
been on this show though, on pre-recorded, because This is Son's back to work or back to school. Back to school.
He's putting him.
He's back working 9 to 5 now. Jesus.
I think he's got him out there in the cornfield trying to pull him out there. Man. Get back to work. Yeah.
Yeah, he's back to school. So the schedules we're working out the schedule now. So.
Yeah, I mean we're 4 different people at different time zones, so it makes sense with it. But no, it's exciting. I'm happy to see they're doing. That
was brand new as of last night. So
nice. No, I like that was news to me, but not surprising because we've had very good interactions with both of them. I shout out to the Tuning Town guys. And when Kevin Apollo was on the show too, it was great. I'm very happy to see all their success and glad that Dis and Awful are doing something else as well, branching out, doing their own thing.
Yeah, cool name for a show, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say they really made that work. I was just gonna say that's a really good title for how they're pulling it off. I was happy to see it. Yeah, no, I told, cause I know Awful sometimes has technical issues or whatever. I told Dis if he's there, and he said, okay, if there's ever a time where he can't and they need somebody, I'll chip in and pitch in and help him out if he needs it. I'm always willing to help out and participate with all of our friends for sure. Mike Glass just posted in the chat. When's George changing his X handle to @George by Elegance? Mike's kept an eye on it.
I know, Mike. I'm sorry.
Listen.
I don't know. We'll see.
No. Here's the thing. We got to get somebody, cause there's 3 or 4 of the folks in the Elegance brand. If we get one of them on the show, we'll change it. Shit. If we can get Ash on here, I'll change it to Jake by Elegance. I don't care. We can get him on.
Change the whole channel name.
Right. Hey man, I've got no problems with it. If it brings in more viewers, it brings in more fun. Shit, I'm all for it.
All for it. I had a subject matter to lead things off for people to talk about.
What's up?
It was the WWE pricing and things on their stuff. I'm thinking we're almost to the tip of the point where it's going to be coming back down soon. I think the Saudi Arabia announcement for WrestleMania is maybe going to be the peak of this major price hike ticket wise and everything. Cause wrestling's cyclical. I can't say the word.
Cyclical. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. So it can't stay up here forever. And TKO being smart in business is milking this for all it's worth. Eventually it's going to stop.
Yeah. You got to play the hot hand, right? Ride the hot horse. No, it's
so I'm kind of thinking that we're 3/4 of the way up the hill and we're almost to the top. I can't see it being long-term sustainable.
Yeah, no,
I just don't see it.
I mean, it's one of those things that, and when people talk about it, and I mention it too, of where other things, like major events, if you go to you look at Super Bowl tickets, World Series tickets, or just recently, I think it was this past week, FIFA put out the first round of tickets for the World Cup, and everybody's using dynamic pricing. And I think there's gonna be a point where the dynamic shifts, where people aren't gonna have the money for it. Even, watching NFL games, I know they're sold out because people have to or whatever, but if you look at them, there's a lot of open seats in some of those stadiums with it because people just don't have the money like they used to with it. I mean, the unemployment rate's up for a lot of people. Inflation's always going to be a thing. It's just part of life. And if you don't, and what's the first thing to go? The extracurriculars, the extra fun, like going out to a game or an event or a show or whatever. And so I could easily there might even be more than 3/4 of the way. It might peak at some point.
Yeah, I was being generous.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's where is that point? And it'll be interesting to see because I feel like because of the way TKO operates, there almost has to be a point where they don't sell well for a few events first before going down. But that's the other thing about the dynamic pricing is if people don't pay it right up front, if people wait, the tickets will go down from that. That's the whole point of the dynamic pricing. But
yeah, I think WrestleMania Saudi might be it, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially it's one of those things where no matter what, people are going to backlash. People are going to be pissed. But I feel like this one's more. Like this one is more people being more upset and not just being upset like they were upset about Brock a couple weeks ago and then whatever they were upset about before that and then before that, people like this is something of it that's going to stay is my point. Like it's not.
Yeah, because people plan a vacation to
Yes.
WrestleMania every year.
Yes.
People always do. If you got the money or not,
right.
You still,
no,
they always plan for it.
It's that one big thing that people will plan for or like.
Who's going to Saudi?
Yeah. I mean, like there will be some people that'll go from like Europe or like the Asian areas that people travel from because it's honestly closer for some of them than it would be to go, especially to like the West Coast or whatever. But it's not something that's and as worldwide, as international of a company as WWE is and will always be, their bread is buttered in North America and mostly in the United States. Like that's why they'll do specific deals for the United States and then the rest of the world just Netflix because it's easier, but they're going to make more money from America. That's just how it operates. And that part of it too, like if they'd had it, if the first international WrestleMania was in London, which funnily enough would probably be more expensive for a fan than Saudi Arabia, just because London's one of the most expensive cities on the planet, but it would be a lot more palatable for people. It would be a much more like, and not even just because they like, you could also like, not even just because they speak English. I'm not speaking of that. It could be in like France or Spain or something like that, but just somewhere it's not Saudi Arabia, and
then with the prices, with Mark Shapiro actually saying that Vince didn't utilize his full capability at pricing. He always priced his price. What he says, he priced his tickets for families.
Yeah, no, he did.
Like it's a bad thing.
Well, I mean,
that's the way it came off when he was talking to the thing.
Well, to somebody like Mark
Vince's
Shapiro and
downfall,
that business, those people, like, there's certain people that are the venture capitalist people.
Yeah, but there's no, you've now priced out your families.
Right.
So they can't go.
No, exactly. Or people, like that, it's families and it's also people that that are trying to like chase a dream, like an event or something. And like they're going to plan out like, hey, this is, this one trip I'm going to make in my 30s or 40s or whatever that's going to base it around wrestling. I'm going to do it for WrestleMania. And the year I was going to do it was this one. And yeah, no, even if it's not just that, like, cause it's the pricing too for the shows in the States are ridiculously expensive.
Yes.
So it's still, even if it is, and I'm not talking about like the super experienced front 2 or 3 rows or whatever.
No, the cheapest tickets for a Raw in Madison Square Garden are $280.
Good Lord. Jeez, I went to Raw in June and it was 116. Oh my God. Yeah, which was expensive. It was, but I told myself if it was under 150, I was going to go. But she over.
Okay, there's a second point to this whole argument. Please. So you want to hear a second point?
Always.
Now, hearing just what we discussed, if you're AEW, wouldn't you come at this from the other point of view? Hey, listen, we're making our product more family pricing friendly. We're going to reduce our tickets prices. Wouldn't you take advantage of this while we can?
Would I? Yes. Would anybody who's trying to make money in a business sense? Yes. Is somebody who's just doing this because this is what they want to see? Probably not. Because if you're going to do that,
you can do the same shitty booking you've been doing
to a point. The thing is, that's
just come out. Just come out and tell people, listen, we understand that the competition has priced you out. We're offering tickets for $30.
But you got to tone down the crazy.
Yeah, you can't be stabbing people in the head and stapling their wood.
And that's and that's that point where we all know Tony grew up watching ECW and idolizing that and putting that up on a pedestal, and that's why he does the bounce.
You can do an ECW that's family friendly. You can do an ECW type program.
Because I'm not talking about like you can't have some blood, or you can't have matches that have big, where it's violent, but there's that breaking point. You don't need to be stabbing people with forks. You don't need to be stabbing people with syringes. You don't need to be doing, was it broken glass spots repeatedly? Like if you want to do it once a year or something, maybe, but they do it 2 or 3 times in shows a lot of times with it. And that's
the opportunities.
It is. It's right there in front of you. And kind of like when they started the company back in 2019, there's the sentiment of people being upset about multiple things, whether it is the pricing within, and pricing or not, there's just people that don't like the Saudi Arabia deal at all and never will. And now that you're taking what is the most sacred show that they have, WrestleMania, to Saudi, you've got people right there, but you've got to not only make it enticing for them on a affordability wise, but you've got to present at least a decently entertaining product, and that isn't just going to fall back on Stabby McStab.
Yeah, because you can use everything you wanted to use. You can just say, like I said, $30 a pop. You remember Cope? Mm-hmm. We got him. Remember Ambrose? We got him. Yeah. Remember Christian? Yep. We got him. Your favorite old stars are here.
Yeah.
And $100 less to see them.
Yeah, and then and for your pay-per-views, don't make, like, having them at $50 in today's society is ridiculous. That prices people out. People don't want to spend that every month to see your big matches. Get your deal figured out. Well, I know obviously there's the rumors or whatever that they're going to be kicked off of Max with the Paramount stuff or whatever, but just go on to Tubi, put it on YouTube, figure out a way to make it more accessible to people at an easier cost for them. We live in a society that the instant gratification is just part of what we are. Making this difficult or making people spend money to watch your stuff. Do that once it's popular. But you gotta get people in the door first. It's like a business that starts up and it's like, hey, we're going to start with a buy one, get one free sandwiches, or, this something free with every purchase to get people.
Yeah. Give away a free drink.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. No. It's funny. I brought that up specifically because where I live, there's 3 new restaurants, or like a regular restaurant and 2 quick ones that are literally within a quarter-mile walking distance from my place. And my wife and I are like, well, sweet. Hopefully they're smart enough to do that where they're going to paper the doors and we're going to get some free shit because that'll get us in the door. And you've got to do the same thing business-wise with a wrestling product. Get people in and interested before you start charging them every 3 to 5 weeks for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Yeah. We have a Starbucks on the corner here. Yeah. Been here for years, and all of a sudden somebody was going up next to them. Like, who the hell's going to go up here? Like some breakfast place or something? Seven Brew went right across the street, and the first weekend they were open, they were giving away free drinks.
Absolutely. Yep. Get people at the door, get them to enjoy it. And then, no, I mean, that's even like, NBC and Peacock, when NBC got the deal to be the exclusive home for the Premier League, for the English Soccer League, for the first 2, I think even 3 seasons, they put every game, because it's NBC Universal and early in the morning. So they put them on all their TV channels. So like, USA, Bravo, like whatever, you could watch every game, getting people excited for it. And then I think it was the 4th or 5th year, they started charging more for Peacock. And then they've raised the price every couple of years because they've created fans. First, they drummed up interest before they just tried to get people's money.
Yeah.
It makes.
I wrote it down and I was writing it down. I was starting driving me mad again.
Yeah, I said that's like I said. I just put up the clip of the end of our last show. Yeah, we both got heat. We got hot. But
like it just seems like there. There's like 2 or 3 really, really simple solutions.
It is. It's right in front of you
that I can figure out.
Right there. And where I get so mad is that you don't like. Even if people think like, hey, Tony's going to fire me if I'm not his yes man, at least get it out there, say it, because it's, oh, God, see, there he is, get mad. Get the pain behind my eye.
Are we starting that thing this week or next week?
I'd say probably next week.
Okay.
Well, right?
We'll announce it We'll announce something next Sunday, folks.
Yeah, we're drumming up stuff. We are always working behind the scenes to create more content for you guys. That's why, please.
This one was a tough one. This one was a tough push for me.
It's going to be But that's why we ask guys to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's free.
Yeah, we're at 297. What the frig?
It's just so close to 300. I just want to see that hit 300. I'll do some sort of dance. And hey, well, the closer we get, the more like we got some things brewing up. I'm going to start. Yeah, we got some changes and different ideas coming in. If there's anything you guys would like to do, please let us know. So on that note, I guess we probably should bring in some people. Sorry, we've just been yakking and
not a lot of changes, just additions.
Just right. That's the best way to put it. Well, there's one thing I'm going to, change a bit, but we'll announce all of that on Sunday of next week. Cause do we have a guest or is that still,
next week? Possibly.
I was just going to say, are you working?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Feelers are out there. Let's go with that.
This is how it works. This is how it goes. So
yeah, I don't know.
Cool. All right. So let's bring in some folks. Sorry. I know we've had a couple requests in there sitting, but
when do you have at the bottom of the hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're good. I'm still.
I know you have somewhere to go.
Yeah, no, my the concert doesn't even start till 8:00 here locally, and I don't need to see the opening bands. I'm old. I'm one of those people now. I'm going in for the headliner, and I know the venue well enough to know that they're going on at 9:15. I know when they start. I'm an old.
By the way, Mike Glass is right. I did this to myself.
You did.
Exactly.
You did. It's one of the remember the story of the Undertaker when he first meets Vince McMahon? They ask him if he has any talents. Like, well, I like to sing in the shower, and like right when he says it, he's like, "Oh shit, why did I say that?" I think that was you made the joke, and then realized like, "Oh, I wish you could," but it was just a joke. It was a joke.
It was funny.
It was fun.
Worked.
And it would make a good name. So, all right, it looks like we got D and then Julian and Sam. Let's see if people are still around. They asked a while ago, but we had things we wanted to cover. So, all right, what's up, D? I'm bringing you in now. See if she's in. I'll bring in Sam afterwards and Julian too. Let's bring in Sam and then Julian, you're coming in next. What's up, D?
I'm saying you experience creating deep-rooted trauma.
She there?
But you will have to
D.
Move it on.
All right.
Move it on.
Oh, you said Sam?
There we go.
There she is. What's up, D? How you doing?
But I know you better call me.
Yes.
Happy early birthday, George.
Thank you.
How are you guys
We're
doing?
good. I'm good. I'm glad we got to be able to review Worlds Collide. Did you watch Worlds Collide?
Oh yeah, Worlds Collide was really good. I love Worlds Collide.
It's fun. I'm glad you. Do you have anything you wanted to ask us about, or anything you wanted to bring up, or just say hi?
Oh, I wanted to say hi, and we
appreciate you.
And see what. I was feeling sad. I'm like y'all did. I don't know. On your last video, you guys brought up AJ. I was like,
We had to. I mean,
I ain't seen AJ Lee. I was like, I know. I was like, but yeah, you guys mentioned it. I was like, good.
Yeah, we had to.
It wasn't like a major storyline or
right,
nothing.
Yeah. Wasn't the most important thing?
Oh yeah, it was, George. That was huge. She got a huge following on social media. You know how many she got views she got when she debuted?
Do we know what the last number I heard was like 180 million or something? Like I
think it got to 185.
That's insane.
185.
And I'm very curious to see how big they make the rest of the WrestlePalooza card. I don't feel like there's going to be like any filler matches on that card. That's going to be nonstop, I think.
Yeah. And the real funny thing is I've been listening to a lot of shows as of late, and people in our age bracket, always the same person, always the same response. AJ Lee thing was great. It was awesome, but, wasn't she like a mid card at best? And I'm like, yeah, everyone's in the same boat.
No, she had the Divas title for a good while. There was that point where she
listen to any older.
Well,
listen to Solomon's this thing with PWI
Brian Solomon.
magazine.
I thought you meant Solomon Monster. I'll listen to Brian Solomon.
No.
I love Brian. No, Brian's great. Actually.
Listen to his co-host Al Castle. What he says, same thing I said.
Right. Well, that's.
Yeah, I'm hearing that she the one that started that Divas.
Yeah, it was good back then.
Because
awesome,
that was going on. If it wasn't for AJ, that revolution when that started, they when I got a new title.
No, that's a good point.
That's the stuff that would have been wrong.
That's a good point. No.
Better Michelle McCool.
I'll give you that. All right, thanks, Steve. Sam,
exactly.
I'm bringing you in. What's up, Sam? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Sam, what's going on?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. enjoy the concert, dude.
Oh,
Seriously.
I will. You know that. And luckily, it's literally
I know for sure.
8 minutes from my house. So that's this one of the close venues as opposed to fucking Tempe or something. No, that'd be cool.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you watched Worlds Collide.
No, I didn't.
Son of a bitch.
Actually...
Maybe look like an idiot. I'm kidding. I'm having fun.
I pulled an all-nighter the night before and was like, I probably shouldn't stay up till midnight tonight.
Beauty of it though is it's on YouTube though. It's and that goes back to what we've been talking about. Like, why doesn't Ring of Honor? I know Tony doesn't want to put AEW on YouTube. Okay, fine. Ring of Honor could have at least a chance. Back to what George and I were saying a minute ago. Get people in the door, and then get people. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but TNA the last 2, maybe 3 weeks have put Impact live on YouTube. I'm sure that's WWE telling them, hey, get views so we can help get you a damn TV deal, which I do think is going to happen. But why not? Put it on YouTube. Let people watch it. It's right there. Everybody's got YouTube.
AEW's YouTube game is way behind.
Their entire social media or whatever game is. I mean, how many times have we seen that thing where they'll tag the wrong person or put insert talent's name here on the post? It's just, and that goes back to their technical teams that will have sound issues or, they'll put up the wrong names of things on their shows, even though we've been doing it for 6 fucking years.
Or have a fake JD as a bot in the chat. Never mind. Anyway, though, I will say this. I had a conversation with someone a few weeks ago, and they were like, WWE doesn't know what they're doing with Lola Vice. I'm like, they know exactly what they're doing with Lola Vice. It's like she is way over in AAA.
And on NXT, every time her music hits and comes out, she gets a massive pop. And I mean, she hasn't been doing this for that long, really. Like,
you mean I get a massive?
Hey,
that
was actually pretty damn good.
I'll tell ya anyway. Yeah, but I was just like, really. But man, and also I wanted to say this. I'm with George on JD McDonough, man. I've been a fan of his ever since NXT, and he is crisp with everything. He sells really well.
Makes people look good.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, if you give him a microphone, the dude can cut a promo.
Oh yeah, he's surprised, very underrated there.
Yeah,
very.
No,
yeah,
and
very underrated.
And I think they were smart to put him in this group where he's been able to be a part of it, so he's not on his own, but still be able to shine. So that when he does, whenever they break this group up or he spreads out, I think it'll be a big for him. Yeah, Lola Vice is only 27 and she's only been wrestling, since early 2022 is when she signed a contract. Like, good Lord, man. That's, I think people are expecting that she's been doing like that she put her on the main roster and put her in the title picture yet. And it's like, give her some time. She'll grow. No,
Sam makes a good point though, because JD with a group, he excels. I'm not sure on his own if he would be, I don't want to see that.
Especially not initially, I don't think.
I like him with the group.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him on his own. He's not going to be a main event guy because he's not big enough that way.
Right.
But he's fine in this role and he excels in this role. That's what you need to have.
Does. So. And he could be good. Like when they broke them up, like if him and Finn were just a tag team on their own or whatever. Yeah. No, they set him up for success by putting him in the group and he shined. He definitely took the ball and ran with it because that guy's very, very talented. So yeah. Thanks, Sam. I've got Julian and then we got Herman after that. I'm going to bring you both in though. What's going on, boys? I'm not sure when Julian asks, so he might not be hanging out. But if you're there, Julian, what you got, buddy? There he is. What's up, man? Oh.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, right. Julian or Herman, either one of you guys. What's going on?
Somebody speak.
Yeah, I'll speak.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I did see Worlds Collide, and what really surprises me is, Judgment Day on Raw, they're heels. But they go to AAA, and every single one of them got a pop. And I mean a loud pop. Because, Finn and Roxanne got a pop, especially when Demonito appeared. And I'm telling you right now, that is a funny gimmick for him. It's like something you would never expect out of Finn Balor.
And he plays it like that too. Like he plays it well. Like he's not like, obviously he's being fun and silly with it, but he's not like, I don't know, crazy and over the top and breaking his character where it seems out of character for him. I don't know. It seems for how silly it is and how serious he is, it still works so very well. I agree. And I mean, he's making it work because I'm sure those royalty checks for those doll selling is pretty damn good.
Yeah. To your original point, Herman, the AAA crowd, they're a heel loving crowd. That's just the way they are. So
yeah, I figure a lot of the Mexican promotions were heavy on the heels. Because even back in the day, like with Eddie Guerrero and all them.
And I mean, and how they react to Dom, like with how, I mean, obviously for this match, they wanted him to beat Vikingo, but even he's been on every AAA show that they've combined so far and he gets a major reaction.
And why do they want Vikingo to get beaten? Because Del Rio's not there, and Del Rio is a heel. Of the heels. It's
damn, that is a great point, dude. That's a really good point.
But I'll tell you another one that's really surprising was El Grande Americano. Ludwig is hitting that out of the park.
Yeah, no, he's
Ludwig. You mean Gable?
I think it was Gable last night. I think finally it was Gable or Friday.
No, it was Ludwig.
Was it? Yeah. But by then I had a couple of whiskeys and I was just chuckling, and plus when Dom won, Ludwig is one of those people that whatever they've given him, he has done very, very well, whether he was Gunther's lackey or that point. There seemed like there was that point where they were going to break him off and kind of push him forward, but then the Americano stuff happened and he's done that amazingly. I think that guy's super talented. I always forget he's second generation too, so he's got it in his blood.
He's highly underrated.
Yep.
Agreed.
It's going to be interesting when Gable does come back, what they do with the two, when they have the El Grande Americanos meet. It's going to happen.
Yeah. like the fake Undertaker. Hopefully they put like purple on him somewhere as the joke or the gray. That'll be good. No, all right.
And then you got Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne also.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Tyler Bates. Is he fully back already? And then isn't Ilya Dragunov? Shouldn't he be back soon too? There's a lot of people.
No, those are the other two guys doing the El Grande Americano thing. Front up there. Yeah. They're also El Grandes.
Hey, put Dragunov in there too. What the hell?
Everybody would be El Grande.
No, that's
a bunch of foreign guys playing Americans in masks.
No, a bunch of foreign guys playing an American guy who's playing an American guy who thinks he's Mexican. No, this is great. I like this. No, I'm all for this. There needs to be a lot. Then they can do like the Spider-Man meme at one point where they all point at each other. That's what I need. Right? Like,
I love it.
Right? Give me that. Like, I'm easily amused. Julian, if you're there, by all means speak up, but I'm going to.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good. No, you're good, boss. What's up, man?
No, I had a beer on my front porch.
That's good.
Excuse me?
I'm jealous that you can do that right now.
What did he say?
He had a beer on his front porch.
No.
I thought he said bear. I'm like, holy crap.
A black bear was on my front porch.
See, I was right.
It should have been a beer.
Yeah, dude, I'm the oldest guy in here and I can hear fine.
I thought about here. I live somewhere where bears don't exist. I don't even think about a bear. I live in Phoenix. You think we have bears in Phoenix?
I live in a city.
Or a Gila monster. But what's up, buddy? What you got?
How come Bailey hasn't been on these World Class shows? She's like their biggest Mexican talent.
I'm assuming it's because they're doing something that they're investing in her split personality type character. But that's a good point. No, it's a good point. But I mean, they've done well with who they brought in because and obviously they respond well to the Latina talent because we've seen Lola Vice get the hell over.
Yeah, they're very picky about who they're bringing into AAA. I think
it's smart though. They're being smart with it. I feel like
I agree.
All right, who else?
They're not bringing in top of the card.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's supposed to be because I mean it's
nor should they.
Yeah, and it should be because it's like the worlds collided. Like they're putting the NXT logo with it. Like WWE's involved, but I feel like it's more for the talent because the main roster talent is taking up SmackDown and Raw. Like let them have that, and then the other people can still get work and being involved with these other companies to, make the partnerships actually work and thrive as opposed to, having Christian win the TNA title on an episode of Rampage. All right, I think we got Lifetime of Wrestling and then Corey as well. I'm bringing you guys in. What's up, boys? I didn't know who asked first. All of a sudden, I just saw names come out. Corey, I see your hand up. What's up, buddy?
Hey, so just curious, and I've kind of been following the Twitter machine today. What do you guys make of the reports? Not the Andrade, we already kind of know about that, but the reports that Tony Khan is now ghosting Jericho.
Surprising? Not at all.
Right? I was going to say, I mean, because once he makes that decision,
yep,
yeah, exactly. Which it's crazy that's how he operates with it, but it's not surprising anymore. Like that's just who Tony is.
You know what's really crazy though? What's end up happening is now people will be on Jericho's side.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, Tony Khan's a jerk for ghosting Jericho. He comes to WWE anytime soon. The people are going to go freaking bonkers.
Well, we all know there's not that many. I mean, of the WWE audience, especially the people that watch live, how many of them are like watch AEW? We've heard when they bring it up, there's not that loud of a pop. Some people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I'd say maybe 20%.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So when they hear, when that Jericho clock comes down or whatever they do to bring him out, there's going to be 80% of the crowd like, where has he been? I haven't seen him.
I never thought I'd see the day when Chris Jericho will be getting sympathy.
Especially for all the shit that he talked. I mean, hey, good for him. If he can sweep it under the rug and move on with it, good for him.
If he comes back and gets the ring and says, hey guys, I've changed.
No, it would be, hi guys, I've changed. Oh God.
No, he won't do hi guys. That ain't gonna happen.
I know.
But I do think it'll be like losing Cody to a lesser extent, basically, because that was the biggest star.
He was their first champion. He got
him the TV deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's
like what, in 5 years they would have lost Cody, Punk, and Jericho all back to WWE.
Yeah.
That's just that's well.
No, it's and those are the big, let alone all of the mid or lower card talent that they got rid of that are now getting over at WWE. The list is it only grows.
I was bugging Sam. Sam's talking about a joke today, but you know what Andrade should do next?
What's up?
Be the coach of Virginia Tech. They definitely could use a football coach there.
Can he pass the drug test?
That's a good question.
Sorry, that's my bad sense.
That's making the deal breaker.
An inside NCAA football joke.
Yeah. Oh man, that's good. No, that is crazy though. I mean, we'll probably talk about Andrade a bit on our next recorded episode when we get more of the stories out. But
I like Andrade, but it kind of feels like the same of like getting excited when my NBA team fixes their bench, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right. No.
How long has Stephanie Vecker been with WWE now?
July of last year is when she signed.
Okay.
She's been there.
8-9 months.
No, it's over a year. It was July of last year.
All right. Well, I'm just using this as an example. Work with me.
Sure.
And when she came into the company, she knew how much English?
Some.
How much does she know?
Yeah.
Now, can you have a conversation with her?
She has busted her ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrade's been here how long?
A lot longer. Yeah.
Can you understand a word he fucking says in Spanish or English?
I was just gonna say, I don't speak fluent Spanish, but I can usually, if I'm watching something in Spanish, I can pick up most of it.
To quote the guys over at Soup, whenever one called him for a booking, he says, "I don't available."
Don't available. No,
he doesn't want to. He doesn't do enough. I mean,
he should just go back to Mexico. Like he was a big talent in Mexico. Yeah, no.
If he just learned English, he could have never left WWE to begin with because he was a great talent, but couldn't cut a promo. That's why Selena Vega was his manager.
Yeah, and you're not wrong in saying that. It's not saying you're not. It's one of those things. It's kind of like back to when people were like, "Oh, how do you can't body shame wrestlers." Motherfucker, you're out there without your shirt on. You are in a physical competition. Yeah, we're not talking about it as you as a human, as like you on the couch. It's like you as a performer. If you look like shit, we're going to say it. If you can't cut a promo, whether you're a native English speaker or not, there's some people who just can't cut a promo and they can't get over because of it.
Yeah, but things started getting to where like you had weird dudes working at Hooters, right? And it just didn't make any sense. It's like, like I get like sexualizing somebody's body. Or something, but like if I'm at the strip club, right? You know,
I get
if
you.
I'm at Hooters, or if I'm looking at the Oklahoma City cheerleaders, you know.
Well, when was Andrade most over? He was most over when Zelina Vega.
NXT Black and Gold with Zelina Vega.
When he had a manager who could speak for him, and that's and that's from then to now. You should improve that out and be able to speak. But that's fuck do I know?
They should just gave Zelina when he came in, but I know they don't like doing things so that they did before, but I would have just.
It would have worked, especially like because she's been kind of floundering and getting pushed, but not. Yeah, it would have been good for both of them. Yeah, it really would have. But
or put her with her husband. You know, he's already right there.
Yeah,
and then you can bring Santos back, and he can fill in the Andrade role. He's already there.
They have what they want already. They're not
that's the thing too. That's the rosters are deep. They're doing. Yeah, no, it's. Valid point. That's like when people, before we found out why that Andrade was moved to the alumni section, people were surprised by it. It's not that surprising. Like it really is. Sorry. Cause I'm exactly with George. He hasn't been able to change or cut it, and that's the biggest problem that I always have with people in AEW. They're the same characters that they were X amount of years ago. Like when I always bitch about Orange Cassidy, people are like, oh, you don't get it. I'm like, no, because the character's the exact same character he was on the first time he showed up. Like you've got to evolve. Otherwise, adapt or die.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like, I mean, I like an Andrade, but I don't think you're going to miss a beat on the shows this week because of it.
No, he should go do something back in Mexico or over in Japan or something where promos aren't as important, because it is important here. And even when they tried the stuff here with the subtitles and stuff, like it just, I don't know, never really clicked. I was surprised they brought him back in the first place, though.
Yeah.
Go back down to CMLL. You're good down there.
No, you won't go to CMLL. There's no way that's going to happen.
Why not? I hate him down there too.
You've been on Twitter all day. Follow the leads.
Why don't I go to TNA? He'd be a top guy there immediately.
Could be. Yeah. If he did something.
With WWE, probably not going to happen.
Probably not at this point, but I mean, hey, WWE shouldn't care. Like if TNA should do whatever if they want to sign him and push him over, great. I don't think WWE shouldn't care so much about that sense of it in there.
I don't care.
Yeah, but they should make sure they have a drug policy. So
TNA should serve so WWE can say, oh yeah, we're not a monopoly. We've got an antitrust. See, we got TNA over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else has got? Anybody else got a drug?
What the hell is that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what that is or where that came from. That was not me.
Appreciate the applause. Whoever piped in that.
Yeah. Hey, we're back on StreamYard where they added the sound effects. And who else has a question? Who else has anything else you're going to bring up? We've got another.
That's awesome.
It's almost to the half hour, so we'll wrap up here in a bit. But anybody else got any topics or things they want to?
I got a question. Overall, what did you guys think about the AJ Lee return?
The return in general.
Just listen to our show.
Yeah,
okay. You already. I must have missed that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we covered. I think I even put. Not sure if I've clipped that, but yeah, we put it about it because, we talked about it on Spaces last week too with Dr. Gina because, I mean, in the general sense of it, the return was done. I mean, it was one of those things where they couldn't have done any better in my opinion of it in the general sense of it, just because it was. You knew it was going to happen. It's one of those things where it's kind of like other things that they've done where they're going to happen and that's fine. Kind of like Cody's return. Like we all knew that was going to happen, but they did it right. Like the best part of the Cody's return was nobody knew what it was going to look like or what it was going to be. And for those of us who knew what the American Nightmare character was, to see it just be that with the music where they didn't cut anything, he could wear his regular gear, was like, oh shit. And that made it better, even though we all knew it was happening.
You know, we go back to that, and that didn't was at that time, but that was a turning point in that war.
Oh, yeah, it was the last good thing Vince did, you know, like it really was that perfect. And he knew what he was doing. When you hear how that deal went, like he was going there to say he knew it, whether he believed in Cody or not, he knew if I bring him in, let him be who he is, give him the back and the push, not only will it get the hell over, but it will have other people in AEW that you do want to bring over go, hey, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Vince believed in Cody 100%.
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
No, he did. I'm just saying, if he didn't, he knew on the business side of it. He absolutely
the last
did.
name summed it up.
And that was true.
And Vince respected guys who did it's like when Drew McIntyre left and came back. Nobody respected that more of going out and doing it and becoming successful. And then we have to bring you back. Like, we're okay. Now, what he didn't like was when somebody got over on their own without starting with him. He didn't like that as much. But I mean, we saw that a few different times. And, you know, they used to call it pulling a Drew, and now it's pulling a Cody because he did it better, but same thing.
And Cody ended up bringing Jade, and he ended up bringing Drew Ricky with him, and Ethan ended up coming over.
And I mean, I'm sure at some point him and Punk talked before Punk re-signed, or even if not, Punk saw what happened with I'm sure there was a lot of people that saw Cody's return and were like, how do I get myself some of that? Example back to Chris Jericho. He's going to be like, hey.
Phil is really good friends with Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani was Nick Khan's agent. So Nick Khan
was Ariel Helwani's agent. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, for sure. No.
Yeah. Nick Khan knew who CM Punk was, and CM Punk was already working in UFC at the time. So he just reached out and called him. He's like, hey, would you like to come on board?
Oh yeah, for sure. But Punk knew I can do this because what he's seen happen. I've been saying, I mean, Cody was Vince, and that was done under Vince for sure. But ever since, I've been saying it since pretty much the day Triple H took over. It's a whole new world, and it has been, and it's been insane to watch. And that's where you can tell the people that are. It's not that they're so much pro AEW or pro anything else. They're just so anti WWE. They can't see the changes being made. They're so focused on that. Yeah.
That one girl we lost down to NXT, that Mariah, she's starting to show her true colors.
Yep, for sure.
So since you brought it up in that conversation, we can kind of maybe wrap up on this note.
Sure.
The Jade Cargill experiment.
Yeah.
Are we calling it, pulling the plug?
I mean, I don't think WWE is. I still think they see dollar signs in it, but as we've talked about ad nauseum, she's just not improving enough. Like, she's got to get to a point, but there's just, I don't know. Like, her matches, there's parts of them that are good, and she is very athletic, and she looks great, but I just don't. I mean, she's
getting close. She's getting close. But I do. Better. I think they do. At some point, this is why they're dragging this out. They want to put the title on her, and I think they want to have Bianca come back and take the title from her at Mania. But I think you want to have Bianca and Jade at Mania. I think that's the match they wanted to have whenever they brought her in.
I agree. I think they do.
That's what they wanted. There's no way they could put the belt on Cargill. No way.
I just don't. Yeah, not yet. I don't see it either. And I see what you're saying 100%. That match is dollar signs all over it. But not a Jade can't. Yeah, I don't know. She just hasn't. It hasn't. Like, it's almost. You could see. I agree with you that it is almost there. I'm just not sure if that last click is gonna.
No, it's not. I disagree with the almost there, because half to 3/4 of wrestling is, what if something goes wrong? You gotta go on the fly. He can't do that at all, and we've seen it.
Well, Bianca could lead that match.
It doesn't. You can't do it. I'm disagreeing with you big time on this. Sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. That's what we did.
No, I'm just saying because we talked about it on the show.
And they could do Bianca. They could do Bianca and Tiffany at Mania.
Right? Yeah. Right now,
I
just
think that would be
can't
the better
do
match.
it,
Yeah, because I think I think that's exactly what they want. They definitely.
They could do a triple threat though with Jade, Bianca, and Tiffany though.
They could, but yeah, I just don't know. I mean, shout out Mike Glass just posted in the chat like Lash Legend is better than Jade at this point. Like she's just, I think the biggest issue with Jade was that they didn't start her in NXT.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, no, because
exactly.
There are people that can skip NXT, but you've got to have years of experience, like Penta, Phoenix, AJ Styles, like, there's the right people that can, but the rest of it, I just don't, I mean, there's a reason why even people like Stephanie Vaquer, who immediately they realize she's better and good enough to push her up. Great. But, not everybody has that. And you need even if you are ready for the main roster, prove it in NXT. Give me 2 to 3 months in NXT but she had that one appearance, maybe 2 on NXT, and then was
she getting that title next week. She getting that title next week though.
Oh.
Who?
Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie. Yeah. No, Stephanie. Yeah. No.
She's opening up betting favorites.
I keep forgetting that fucking WrestlePalooza is this upcoming weekend. Like, holy shit.
Is it just hard saying Wrestling Palooza? Does anybody feel silly?
It's not Wrestling Palooza. It's Wrestle-a-Palooza.
It's not It's neither of those. It's WrestlePalooza. It's not Wrestle-a-Palooza, and it's not Wrestling Palooza.
What'd I say?
You said Wrestle-a-Palooza.
Okay, so I fucking got it wrong.
It sounds like 90s and we're at Woodstock.
Oh no, it's the stupidest. It's one of those names that you got a bunch of old white dudes in a room thinking they're cool, and that's why they said it. Even though, I mean, what was the first Lollapalooza? 91? Like, come on, guys. No, it's terrible.
It comes from Lollapalooza, which I had to go to with my ex. When you had Sarah McLachlan and stuff at it, it's like, Wrestling Palooza, and I'm just like.
Yeah. No, it's a god awful name. It's a god awful name. But I mean, that's a lot of the pay-per-view names have been terrible, so I can live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think it's probably
Jake, go to your concert. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Give us a plug on the way out.
Yeah. I was saying, thanks everybody for listening and tuning in. We will be back. Next week we'll be back at the regular time of 8:05 p.m. Eastern. But then, the weekend after that is the weekend after that. Yeah, the weekend after that, we're gonna change it up, and we'll stay tuned for that. We'll keep you posted for those. But be sure to like, subscribe, please share it with a friend, bring people into the conversation. We love talking with all of you, and we appreciate everybody for listening. And we will catch you next week. Thanks, everybody. Peace.